Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the
Yo,
third episode
yo.
of the Prolonged Fast podcast. Here today, we have the usual hosts, and we have our wonderful guest, Zaid. Unfortunately, Efe
Hello,
could not make it
hello.
here today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
He will
he's
be
a
mourned.
stinky loser.
Victor has opinions on this. Um, Opinions we will not be delving into. But,
By the way,
in... Yes, please.
Go ahead.
by the way, our podcast is now out on Spotify, or will be out on Spotify.
Or it's technically
So
out on Spotify. We don't know yet. It's processing.
we,
It said
it's a little weird,
it said
yeah,
it's been processing for a few hours.
like
It's
3
gonna
days, yeah.
process, yeah. But wait, the message says that it will be processed in a few hours. It's taking more than 3 days. But
Yeah.
I don't know how these things work. I'm
Also,
part of this
we
boomer
gotta thank
generation.
Side for all the artwork for the podcast.
Oh, yeah, good
It's my
job,
pleasure.
Abdul. Zaid, no, Abdul. Zaid.
Yeah.
Clap up
If you are watching
Really
this,
good.
much.
you are the, 3 people who have gotten further than 5 seconds into the video.
Good job,
You can
guys. I'm impressed.
go into the comment section and, give your opinions on the artwork, but be nice.
Be nice. No, man.
No meanie
Yeah,
comment.
no
Okay,
meanie.
well, you can write them if you really want to, but, we will make fun of you in the next episode, and we will,
We will
figure out where you
target
live.
you out personally. We will
Yeah,
find out your home
YouTube tells us
address.
where our viewers live, okay? So we can find out where you live. So I'd be very
Exactly.
careful writing mean things. And now that we
Okay.
have
And also, we've
that out of the way.
we've also started shorts, so we're
Yeah,
extending our.
if you haven't seen it already.
Yeah, it's our biggest hit
I-
so
I-
far, even though it doesn't mean much.
I want to make it very clear, this has been much to my chagrin. I do not appreciate
Bro,
this
they don't-
form of
They
content.
don't know that word.
What is
But-
chagrin?
Okay, you're all uncivilized apes. But either way, we have decided to do it because it gets us some attention and views. Though even then, half of the people watched, they didn't watch most of it. What are these people doing? They get a short that's like 35 seconds long or something, and they're like, too long, and they don't watch all of it.
Let's But that's fine. What's today's topic, guys? What do you think? What we think? We might have
So,
hinted
as we
at
teased
yeah.
last time, we have come back here to talk about the thing that is taking over the world.
Ooh.
From ChatGPT to ugly art,
to
AI
Dolly,
is
to Midjourney, all this like
yeah.
processing, I guess, AI generation. Oh
Image
shit! I just
generation?
said it.
Oh,
Guess what, guys? The topic is AI. Let's go!
Okay.
Yay! AI
Yay.
today.
Yeah.
Yay!
Go ahead.
Oh, interesting.
how do we wanna
We
start?
felt that it would be appropriate to get some ground rules for this discussion, in the sense that, what are we talking about? Because, okay, people, everyone, children, gather around the campfire. I have a tale to tell you. It is very simple. AI does not exist yet. The consciousness gap, which exists not just in other things, but in humans, by which we would define when something is sentient, self-aware, and conscious, is something we haven't solved. So until we have solved it, it would be impossible for us to know whether or not our algorithms have somehow gained sentience or consciousness. Therefore, they're not really, if they're not that, they're not really intelligent. It's just a very complicated learning algorithm. But life and sentience and consciousness is not just a long string of if and. So,
I mean,
what is or
machine
isn't
learning
AI?
isn't really good, man.
Well, yeah, there isn't like. I'm pretty sure I watched a video of like some guy saying, well, "What level are we in AI?" I'm pretty sure there's like a level system of like.
Like the Kardashians.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like
God,
the
it's Kardashian scale again. Oh.
It's almost like the Kardashian scale. Like we're in like the first few stages where like AI is not really, it can't really be sentient, but in the next few stages it starts being sentient, or starts being a nice sentence. It becomes sentient and like kills the world. You know what I mean?
I really wonder how they're
This is
gonna
the
pull that
problem.
off.
This is the problem. We don't know what thing makes or doesn't make something sentient. So we
Big
can
brain.
at no point really prove, like, we know that we are sentient,
Or do
and
we?
that's
We
about
could
it.
be
But
we
we
could be a simulation.
okay, Victor, if you think that you're a vegetable, that's on you. I know that I'm sentient.
Do
That's
you
what I'm
know?
sure about.
You could just be part of the simulation. I'm the only real one.
Well, if you believe that AI can be sentient, then why wouldn't something in
Right, I'm the
simulation
main
also be
character,
able to be
guys.
sentient?
Bro, I am literally the
No,
protagonist.
you're the villain.
Let's go.
So
Says something.
I think we should start with ChatGPT because it's such like an interesting broad social
Yeah.
phenomenon beyond the
Yeah.
technology.
I feel like the
The
main
way it's
reason why it's
interacted.
like it becomes so popular nowadays is because it's free. You can just access it.
Yeah, and I feel
say
like
Mhm.
say open
this
AI
whole
chat majiggy on the web browser, and then there you go. You have a thing that answers all your calls and needs.
yes, and a lot of people use this for school,
Hmm
which
Which
is a
is not
rising
which is
issue.
not horrible in itself, but the
It's
way they do it, as in like
yeah, they just get the answer.
they don't think about how to solve, like, for example, a math problem. Like, let's say you have like 2 plus
Absolutely.
2. I was
Yes.
like, oh shit, I can't solve this, guys. Instead of like writing
Mhm.
down 2 plus 2 on a piece of paper or like on your computer, I was like, oh, okay, if I have 2 apples plus 2 apples, that will make big 4 apples. No, they instead ask GPT, give me the answer, please. And instead of thinking
Yeah, well,
about
I
it.
think
And
fundamentally the problem is that it restructures the answers that exist. And like it in a sort of like very limited way, it's basically just a better Google
Hmm
because it gives you like entire paragraph worth answers to questions that you might
And
have.
yeah, more
But the thing is that people
informative.
aren't using it for that. They're using it to get that information into a sort of essay form in a way that doesn't exist somewhere else. But it's not like directly copying
Yeah, but it's so
without
very
ever needing to
obvious.
learn those things. But yeah, it's not like that. You will still most likely get caught because it's
Like, because
they
ChatGPT
have the
writes in a very
reverse.
Chat GPT has a very specific, I guess, certain way of writing, where it sounds very Chat GPT like. It
Yes.
sounds like
It's
it
yeah,
has,
very
it's not a very
artificial,
good way
like
to write it
it
so
either.
uses
robotic,
yeah, it
maybe.
uses like to we explore this realm with delving dedication or something along those lines. And
Also,
it's
it's very
yeah,
polite in a way that like doesn't jive with
certainly.
like normal
Yeah,
way people write.
Yeah,
It,
I know
it's
what you
yeah.
just
mean.
like yeah,
Also,
no one writes like that.
nowadays they have the detection tools. You can like
Oh
feed
yeah,
it
yeah,
back into ChatGPT, and it'll say if it's written it or not.
Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
Like here's this thing I've written.
But
I think
I've
like
Oh,
Microsoft Word has that.
one way to like avoid that is to use more AIs. So
to scramble it
what
for
you
them.
can do is get it. For example, if you want to make an essay, oh shit, I'm like giving all the answers to the
Other than
people.
writing it,
Um,
other than actually writing
yeah.
it.
If you don't want to write an essay, here you go.
Because you're a
You
loser.
ask ChatGPT to make an essay for you. You want it how it's like, and then it has all these fancy words. Then you buy a subscription to Notion. You get you get Claw AI, which then you're able to change the format of the essay. So you can make it like casual, professional, babaluchulo, whatever you want. And then from
What was
that,
that?
I made it up.
the last one, please.
And from that, uh, you go to Grammarly, buy a subscription there,
Grammar.
and get the AI. Oh no, yeah. If you want to use the AI, you don't actually need to. You can just use the Grammarly
Okay,
system,
Victor, wait.
and then
When
there
you
you go. There's
Googled
an
for this
essay.
tutorial, did you add like for a friend? I'm asking for a friend when you like
Um,
watch this video
it's for a friend,
that
of
like
course. Yeah, for
explains
a
how to
friend.
do this. Uh-huh, yeah, okay.
Mhm.
So
No,
let's just say
I
something
learned
here.
this in my programming course. Well, not programming course. AI
Yeah.
club Michigi, where like the guy was going
Yeah.
crazy with it.
People who use this to like make essays in school or something, you suck and you're bad, except if you're watching this. If you're watching this and you do that, we forgive you, we love you, and you can come back home. We accept you. If you're not watching, we do not
Watching,
accept you.
watching the podcast nullifies any hatred that we
Yeah.
have on you.
By being a viewer, immediately create a bond of familial love that cannot be broken by your
But
sins.
yeah,
I feel like this AI though can make concerns because imagine you become a doctor, right?
and you're like,
And
Oh
you've been
no.
like
How
writing a
to
few
surgery.
essays with you've been writing a few of the essays you have to submit with AI, right?
and then you
So at the
actually
end of the
become a
day, you
doctor,
might not know what you're doing.
and you become like a surgery
Then you
doctor,
become a doctor. You become a surgeon.
a surgeon,
What do you do
and
then?
then you during mid surgery,
Hmm.
you're like, ChatGPT, how the fuck do I do this?
Well, I think there's a couple of things here. First of all, there's this argument which kind of goes back and forth a bit, which would be like, well, isn't this just an extension of the way people could be able to cheat anyways? Like, couldn't you just say that, like, okay, well, this is what it was when books became more publicly available. People could just like read an essay from like a book on the subject and then write it down, so the teacher had to know that book and blah blah blah, which I guess is technically true. But at least then you did have to write that essay yourself. Like,
Yeah.
even if you copied it, you still had to copy it. So there
Yeah,
was
No,
some
yeah,
level
the
of you
thing is
reading it and
here,
writing it down. Here it like does it directly for you. You're
the
not
thing is here,
involved in
you
any
do
way.
nothing.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
speaking of which, during my Spanish class, because I'm so Spanish like, the teacher was literally like, what are the restrictions we should put on AI to the students, because everyone was using it basically in the
Oh yeah.
class, and
I've
then like one of the answers, because it was like a fucking like it was online, so you like the class wasn't online, but like the thing she was getting like responses from you, like write, it was a Q&A basically, you write down the answer, it shows on the board what some person, it's anonymous so you can't really see who wrote it, but
okay.
you see the answer, and it's like you just forget about stopping AI. You can't prevent it. It's the students
Yeah.
from using it,
I've met a lot of teachers who
which is kind of
support AI to an extent.
yeah.
I've even had a teacher supply us with a chatbot about what was his name? Emerson. Waldo something
Where's
Emerson.
Waldo?
What is his name? Nicholas, you know this guy.
Come on, Nicholas.
It is assumed that
Emerson.
I know people. Let me see if I.
Yeah.
Ralph Waldo Emerson. Okay, he's
Yes,
an
Ralph
essayist.
Waldo. Yeah, that guy. Our teacher literally made an AI chatbot with like all his writings and stuff, and we could just search up
The fuck is a
what he
chatbot?
says in his. It's AI.
What
It's
type of
like
chat?
ChatGPT,
Did
but
this
like
teacher consider that Google existed?
I don't know, but it's
She did.
ChatGPT, but like it's focused on one topic.
Oh,
So you
like
give it like all his
Ah.
essays, you give it his Wikipedia page, and then it makes like a persona,
it like oh
and
it
it can
like
tell you about him.
it becomes the person.
Hmm.
Kind of,
Yeah, like
but it's very robotic.
Identity theft.
yeah, I know.
And so
Anyways,
you could
so
just ask, what does this quote actually mean? And it would like help you out.
oh, I don't
And
like
Oh.
that. Oh, I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
So like Nicholas, if you become famous and later in the future become like a politician, corrupt politician that like brings down the Finnish economy, I can like make a chatbot of you taking all your Wikipedia information and like all your speeches, and then I say, make a speech about like Israel or something, or like Afghanistan, and you
And then
like
have it deep faked.
yeah, and then you're done for.
yeah, that's the
And
thing.
then
You
I
can
die.
ruin people's reputation in the future.
Yeah.
Like
But
even
like, no,
now.
this is the problem I have with this. And this is wait, is it like an English teacher? Is it like a language literature teacher person who
Yeah, this
gave you
is a
this?
literature teacher.
Okay, this
Yikes.
is the worst thing ever. The idea that a robot is interpreting script for you. The point of interpretation is that there isn't a correct answer. The
Yeah.
point of reading some line of a poem is that you can take
By the way,
so
yeah.
many different. Hold on. You know what? We can even make this into a short if you want, just as I'm gonna do this anyways.
Okay.
Let me just read a bit of poetry for you guys. Just everyone is
Let's
going to be
go.
civilized now.
He loves some poetry.
Let's hear
Read the
it.
poetry.
This is hold on. Thomas Babington Macaulay.
Yo,
Um,
what a good name.
then out spake brave Horatius, the captain of the gate, To every man upon this earth death cometh soon or late, and how can man die better than facing fearful odds for the ashes of his fathers and the temples of his gods, and for the tender mother who dandles him to rest, and for the wife who nurses his baby at her breast, and for the holy
Hey,
maidens who feed the
yo.
eternal flame, to save them from false sextus that wrought the deed of shame. Hew down the bridge, Sir Consul, with all the speed ye may. I, with two more to help me, will hold the foe in play. In yon straight path 1,000 may well be stopped by 3. Now who will stand on either hand and keep the bridge with me?
Let's go.
Then out spake
Puppy.
furious Lautius, Aramnian proud was he.
Not that.
Lo, I will stand at thy right hand and keep the bridge with thee. And out spake strong Herminius, of Titian blood was he. I will abide on thy left side and keep the bridge with thee. Horatius, quoth the consul, as thou sayest, so let it be. And straight against that great array forth went the dauntless 3. For Romans in Rome's quarrels spared neither land nor gold, nor son nor wife, nor limb nor life in the brave days of old. Then none was for a party, then all were for the state. Then the great men helped the poor, and the poor men loved the great. Then lands were fairly portioned, then spoils were fairly sold. The Romans were like brothers in the brave days of old. Now Roman is to
When does
Roman
this
more
end?
hateful than a foe, and the tribunes beard the high, and the fathers grind the low. As we wax hot in faction, in battle we wax cold. Wherefore men fight not as they fought in the brave days of old.
Oh my lord.
Okay.
That was
You
a
want
long
an
Wow.
AI You want an AI to go through that and explain to you what feelings you should be feeling? What feelings this person was feeling through all
Like,
those lines? You think it can?
it can.
No,
Yeah,
no,
it can.
Yeah.
no, I will not
By
have
the way,
that.
Hmm.
Nicholas, just for your
I can
information,
take
that
all
is
of that.
way too long for a short.
Yeah, that is way too long.
Short suck, okay, that's on them.
You don't. You
Um,
you boomer too
No one's
much.
gonna listen to like 2 minutes of that.
My guy really went on a poem rant. Put them. Put that in picture.
Also, a
share.
short can only be up to 60 seconds. So,
that's
It's
insane. Okay, I don't. I'm a boomer and I'm proud of it. Okay,
Nicholas. Share that
but
to
like,
us.
We can speed it up a
let me
bit.
just,
Then try
yeah,
to
where
just
did
like
you read
take
this
just
from?
let me get this to you guys.
Where did you read
What
this
does the
from?
poem
What
even mean, dog? What?
Well, like,
Okay,
it's so
we're gonna do a bit
long
of
that I
literary
couldn't.
analysis.
This is an AI.
Wow.
Oh my god. Okay.
Bro, this is some gay ass shit, dog.
I don't. So you want imagine an AI starts to like analyze this
Look, I
on the
can look.
assumptions
I'm
that
gonna
it
do it
makes
right
about a
now.
Do
person's
it, do it,
life.
do it, do it. Do
I'm
it
gonna
right
do
now.
it right now, and then
You're gonna put that into some AI.
yeah,
ChatGPT.
I'm gonna put in ChatGPT, and I'm gonna say, please summarize and
Not summarize.
explain.
Summarize will just put it together.
Explain like meaning, I think, or like
Please
kind of
explain
elucidate meaning.
the meaning
Of this poem.
and the feelings.
Because the
Put
thing is,
behind
I've
this
seen
poem.
ChatGPT be good, but I've also seen it be really bad. So I'm interested. This is a relatively famous poem, so it might actually know it because it's done it lots of times. But like, I feel like it might say things that you can disagree
All
with.
right. Oh my lord.
And
Oh
yeah,
my lord. Oh,
just
it's
send it
going
into the.
crazy. I did like 5 paragraphs. The
Now I'm
poem.
really interested. This is us using AI as a way
Yeah,
to like
this is
prolong the
AI.
fast of the podcast.
We're really
Wow.
prolonging the fast. I'll put this on the recording, the video itself.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
This
Uh,
poem, Horatius by is
is
a
it
narrative ballad that tells yeah.
already
Okay,
is?
the first thing is like
Okay.
Do
telling
you
you
want the
things
viewers
about.
to know what it says?
A collection of ballads that romanticize Habba Habba. Bro, I
Okay,
have
so
the
the poem
attention span
conveys
of like a 2-year-old. I can't read this all of this.
okay. The poem conveys a sense of patriotism, duty, and sacrifice. That's fair. I won't argue with that, I guess. It highlights the values and virtues that were esteemed in ancient Rome. I guess.
Particularly
Particularly
during
during what the poet refers to as the brave days of old, yeah? The character of Horatius embodies his virtues, and his speech in the poem captures the essence of Roman stoicism and dedication to the greater good. Or, in the poem, Horatius articulates the reasons for his courageous stand on the bridge. He speaks of the honor and significance of dying for one's country, family, and gods. The lines, and how can man die better than facing fearful odds for the ashes of his fathers and the temples of his gods, expresses the belief that a noble death in defense of one's heritage and faith is the highest form of sacrifice.
damn.
It's acceptable, yeah. The mention of the mother, wife, and the holy maidens emphasizes the personal and familial aspects of Horatius' motivations. The poem suggests that he's fighting not only for the abstract idea of Rome, but also for the tangible connections to his past and the well-being
Of his
of
loved
his loved
ones.
ones.
Yeah, that's true.
Portrayal of the brave days of old, a slight contrast with the contemporary state of Rome as depicted in the latter part of the poem. Macaulay suggests a decline in Roman virtues with internal strife, factionalism, and a departure from the selfless unity that characterized the heroic era. Overall, the poem glorifies the virtues of courage, self-sacrifice, and loyalty to country and kin. It serves as both a celebration of Roman ideals and a commentary on the changing values in the poet's own time.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
What do you think of this?
notice
As the only
notice
guy
I
who's
would
read the poem.
I would say notice an issue here. It doesn't actually have an opinion on the poem.
I can ask her for his opinion.
It like I just mean like here it doesn't actually tell you because in literary if someone was analyzing this poem, they would either probably tell you that it's like admirable. It's expressing values that are to
Yeah.
be believed in, or it would tell you that it's ridiculous and ahistorical and that it's sort of romanticizing a thing that never truly existed.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah,
ChatGPT does neither
yeah.
because
Ma-
it doesn't
as a
have any
machine
policy.
learning model, I do
And
not
I'm pretty
possess
sure it's
feelings
like
or
analyzed
opinions.
this hundreds of times.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
more
yeah.
than
Also, yeah.
hundreds
ChatGPT
of
say?
This
times.
is a very
What did
this is
ChatGPT
a
say?
very famous poem.
It said that I'm a
Yeah, it
fucking
can't
robot,
give
you idiot.
opinions. Yeah,
Oh.
I am robot, no opinion here. But yeah, that's the thing here. The poem glorifies the virtues of courage, blah blah blah, blah. But don't tell me what it's trying to do. Tell me what it actually is. Like this is like if you like review a propaganda film and you don't say like it's obviously like lying to the people here and here. So you just say, oh, it wants to present this point of view. You know, this is the sort of intellectual cowardice that you get with, oh, well, I'm a robot. I'm not allowed to have opinions. Also, some like slight. I don't like take it as like a horrible misunderstanding or anything. But again, this is kind of the point that I'm making here.
No
ChatGPT
opinions.
says the poem suggests that he is fighting not only for the abstract idea of Rome, but also for the tangible connections to his past and the well-being of his loved ones. He, I would argue that the poet here is making this as an argument that he is making to all the Romans because he's saying it out loud. He's not saying it to himself. You know, it literally starts with, then out spake brave Horatius. He spoke out to every man upon this earth that cometh to our land. So, you know, he's speaking out, not just why he does it. We don't know. Maybe he doesn't do it for that. Maybe he's just like really likes this gate and he doesn't want it to be like harmed. But these are arguments that he is making for why you ought to fight.
Mm, yeah.
So again, this is, and I'm not saying that like this analysis is bad. It's a pretty good analysis, especially for like the amount of the words that it has. It's not very long. Like, okay, for you, Victor, it's hilarious, but like
It's too long, dog. I want
for
one
literary
paragraph or less.
analysis, it's relatively short and like kind of sweet and to the point. But I don't want people to think of this as like fundamentally correct or true,
Like if you
and that's
submitted
why I don't like
submitted
this.
this as your like work for your, I guess, essay or whatever task you
You
have
would be
assigned.
found because this
Yeah.
might not be your writing style.
Yeah, this is
Because like
this
Also,
doesn't
no
know
one
your
writes
writing style, and it also doesn't
no one
present
writes
your
paragraphs
opinion.
like this.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah, you don't
exactly what I
do
was
opinion.
thinking. I noticed that reading it, it feels like some of these phrases and sentences I've never heard an actual human being put them
Yeah, like
with these sort
I
of forward slashes in between the sentences as well.
I feel like no one
It
says
seems to
it
have a
highlights. Values and virtues. Very rare.
I just like the poem conveys a sense of who starts the like normal literary analysis would begin with like the poem begins with the like stanza or whatever blah blah blah, and then you would say, in my opinion, this these first lines try to create a sense of patriotism, duty, and sacrifice. Everything here is said in a very matter of fact, like this is, and then again, that's my point. I don't want people to see the analysis of art that and some AI makes as in any way like objective
Yeah,
or correct.
I feel like
Because the whole
AI.
point of interpretations is like different ideas.
I feel like AI is more useful for getting actual facts out of something.
Yeah.
So like you put an input of like I don't know 2 plus 2, and then you
Yeah,
get 4 from the AI. It's not really a
Well,
good.
that's what it's given here,
I
though.
think
Yeah. It's
I think a
also
lot
yeah
of
that
teachers
gives that type
also
of answer. It's
say,
good for that type of answer, but it's not good for like
Yeah, it's giving us facts. Like,
essay and like essay writing or opinion writing and stuff like that.
if you
I think
read
it's
a
also,
literary analysis of a poem, you should kind of get a sense of the poem. I don't get a sense of the poem here. You know what I mean?
You get the
Like, I've been
explanation of the
told a
poem.
lot
I
about
don't
this
feel
poem.
that.
Like, I've been told facts about this poem, but I don't
Yeah.
feel like I know anything about it in like an emotional level from this. It's just
Hmm.
sort of like these are things that happen in it. It does these
Yeah,
things.
and if you try to get the like emotional side from it, it
It'll
doesn't.
just lock
It
up and
literally
like,
just
nope,
doesn't know.
no.
It's like it gives me answers, but it's like readers may appreciate the poem for its historic and cultural references. It's like
No, that's the bit.
yeah,
The analysis feels quite dry,
hmm
maybe. It doesn't have an oomph to it, maybe. There's
yeah,
just something missing.
a human's touch. That's
yeah,
probably it.
Yes.
Yeah. Also, it doesn't draw back to like examples in any way. Like it never says like, oh, in the same way that we might think of blah blah, like those kinds of things which are pretty normal when you're writing something, especially if it's something that someone doesn't know, to refer back to other similar things, and or even to take a stance on those things in any way. And it also doesn't really take into account the author. I was hoping that it would actually talk about the author, like
Himself.
this poet
Mm.
was known for, this and that, which might have influenced, like something like that, because it has the information.
Yeah, it has all the
But
information.
either way,
But
Mhm.
moving on from poem stuff for
yeah,
more
this has been
art,
an interesting
yeah,
little.
art related stuff. Art, AI art, so like images. Oh my god, that's been going
Hmm.
crazy recently.
Oh,
How it's been developing so quickly. Do you know that they actually can make music videos now? From just if you
what?
make them,
Oh, I don't doubt it.
if you have a music, if you have like some type of music or something, and you put that into an AI, I forgot which AI, and then that AI can make can AI generate a whole video based on that music.
Mhm.
So that's how advanced
that's
it is.
crazy. Yeah.
And it's constant
Ah,
like it's constant animation as well. It's not like stagnant one picture,
Damn.
and
Yeah.
it also can produce very realistic.
There was, oh wait, there's this one influencer who's completely made by an AI,
Mm-hmm.
right?
What?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
they even have an
influencer.
OnlyFans,
yeah.
which
What?
is
I know what you
it's an
mean. Yeah,
AI.
yeah.
It's all AI
It's
generated.
artificial intelligence. It's from some company.
Who gets the money?
Some
The
company.
guy who
Some
made the guy who made the AI,
No, no.
So
the
there's a
pictures.
company
Yeah, it's a
that
company.
traffics in making artificial
Intelligence porn.
like influencers,
Yep. And then they
and
probably pay like
this
monthly
is so
to the guy who
dystopian. This
makes
is
the.
so
Yeah, wait,
dystopian.
I think I found them.
Oh, come on.
Did you watch like the
Oh,
call report thing?
people,
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you're going to
yeah,
give your
it's
money
crazy.
to someone to open their legs, let it be a real
And
person.
And that has to be fake.
they've been made by a Barcelona-based modeling
Yeah.
agency.
I hate Spanish people. Okay, all Spanish people that are watching, I love you, but all other Spanish people, I hate them. Um,
So they just post a bunch of pictures of this woman.
I
It's
mean,
not a real
actually, it's not that
woman.
surprising. Because in Spain,
Wait, let
plastic
me.
surgery is like pretty common. Like they like not cosmetic surgeries. So like I guess it's not surprising that that sort of artificiality is more
Yeah,
um
this woman. Yeah.
normal.
Oh,
This
this
woman,
fake
and
woman.
she
I
they
mean, I
they
guess
portray her in like a bunch of different forms.
No way.
okay, I have to say, and it's probably because I know she's fake, but the two pictures don't quite match.
Yeah,
Like the
they
people
probably
in them
have a
look
few.
different.
Yeah, the facial features are much different.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
the
The
cheeks don't
eyes.
look the same,
Yeah,
and she has a cleft chin on the right one. She doesn't on the left one.
That's
yeah,
true.
Yeah,
That's true.
it's very
I did
different.
not notice that.
This is
But this is,
her,
yeah. It's
but
like
or
if
in
you just had,
quotation
if
marks.
you had one of the pictures, if you were showed this picture, like for example, you're in some like experiment room, and they showed you two pictures. One is a real person, one is a fake person. Could you tell the difference?
No.
yeah, yeah.
Ooh, I
Could you
don't
tell
think
that
I
one of them is
could.
fake or
And
not?
they
Now
have
that's what
the,
you can't. Oh, you they.
yeah,
Oh,
they go
yeah,
crazy with it.
This is
And then,
completely
Okay, yeah,
AI?
she. Yeah,
completely
yeah,
AI.
this is not a person.
Yeah,
Oh.
this is how
yeah. No, she
realistic
doesn't
it is.
look the same. Again, it's probably because I know that she's fake or whatever. So like I
Yeah,
can tell, but
if
she
you're
does
just like
not look
scrolling to
You're
the
looking
Instagram,
for
same
the
in all the
differences,
pictures.
Nicholas. It's like you're looking for the
yeah,
differences.
it's like trying to find where's
Uh,
Waldo. Um, if you were just scrolling through Instagram and you found
Yeah, if you're just
this
looking at like
girl,
one picture and you're like, oh,
oh yeah,
that's nice,
this
you won't
seems
notice because it's
real. Yeah.
similar enough.
yeah, and they make, I think, like six figures with like
Oh
OnlyFans
yeah,
and
they
stuff.
make a lot of money from not a real person.
I hate OnlyFans. I actually hate OnlyFans. Like the amount of money that it sucks out from like, especially like young people who cannot really afford. It's like there's this saying that like gambling is like a tax on poor people because they're usually the ones who do it the most because they're the poorest, so they have the most to win, and they of course don't win, and that's money that they can't really afford to lose. This is like the modern equivalent of that is like of course technically oh you're free to do this stuff, but when it's literally you're making AI art and you're not even like saying like hi I'm a fake person, you're pretending like it's a real person. I think that crosses the line of like dishonesty that's just like nah,
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
no thanks.
actually, on her Instagram, it doesn't say anywhere that she's not a real person.
it says digital creator. Does that mean
Yeah,
it's
but
Mm,
that means
digitally
that
created
doesn't mean
or is
digitally
it?
created. Yeah,
Yeah,
like it's
I think
she's a
yeah,
creator in the digital world. That could mean anything.
maybe they meant digitally
the
created, but they're
only
really bad in English.
I guess it says hashtag AI model, so that's
yes, that's
maybe
I
like
noticed as well.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
The clueless AI.
like how many people are going to
Yeah,
read
how
like this
many
is
people
like
are gonna check the
the
bio?
packet if the packet has like will kill you if you eat this,
What
but
does
it's in
what
really
does
small
this
print at
link
the back,
take you
doesn't really
to?
count.
Uh,
She has a fitness website.
don't go on the link, dog. It's a virus.
No.
I'm on the link.
Oh my lord, Ioannis on the deep dark web.
Oh no. Oh, there's a button called exclusive content.
Yeah, Ioannis, you've gone too
I'm
far.
gonna
Hmm.
do it.
Ioannis,
I
don't
let.
go any further. Back
Also,
off.
I love how you can see like the ways that they're trying to like manipulate, like especially young guys
Yeah.
into being like, "Oh, she's so cool." Gamer, fitness,
Pink
Yeah.
hair.
cosplay lover. That's amazing.
She's not. She doesn't
The,
cosplay that.
Gamer fitness
the
cosplay lover. Yep.
Giannis, she doesn't cosplay because you don't have OnlyFans. Okay.
And the fact she has like pink hair, it means like she's like hip with the life.
Gamer girl.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
gamer
she.
girl.
This is. And again, people will say, okay, but if they're like adults, you can spend your money on what you want, and it's their fault for spending it on internet fake thoughts,
That's
and
just
that's fair.
sad though. If you
But
know
like,
that this is not a real person,
yeah, then it's really sad. But like, I
then
would argue
Do
that
you
in that
guys know
case,
that
we
person?
don't make that argument for like health and safety either, do we? Like the idea of like, oh, well, you're free to have whatever. We don't
Yeah.
say like, oh, well, we should just let companies sell people like minced meat that's like really cheap, but like 60% chance it has poison and kills you. And then it's like, oh, well, poor people buy that one because they're poor. Their fault. We don't do that.
Uh,
So like, why should we do it here?
Guys, have you heard of the guy that went on TLC? That he had a romantic relationship with a doll.
what?
Oh,
Did he marry it? Is it someone who
Yeah,
married it?
he married it, and he
Okay.
had two of
I've seen
them.
at least something like
And
that.
they
This is the equivalent.
and then he said when he's not in the house, he married two like dolls, and when he's not in the house, they apparently have lesbian intercourse.
Like lesbian flex.
What?
Which is very weird
What is
because
this?
they're inanimate objects. With the guy who married what's his name? Married dolls.
That's actually really impressive from like a psychological point of view. He's managed to anthropomorphize them to the point where he thinks that they're actually like he's regressed back into the mind of a child that believes that their toys are like real and have feelings.
Yeah,
Oh, by the way, if you ever look up
So
this
sad.
person,
this guy.
This AI Instagram, do not scroll down on their Instagram page. That was a mistake.
That was a
Why?
mistake.
That was a mistake.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, what the hell?
What is in there?
The guy looks like a doll.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know how people but this was like before digital AI shit. This was like in the 2010s,
Yeah.
2009 or something. I don't know. Yeah, years ago, dog. Some
Nicholas,
people
if you want to know what's
some
on the
people were.
Instagram, go find it yourself.
Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
guys, just stop scrolling. Stop being weird. Next thing you know, Nicholas
Um,
gonna have minus 20 euros a month from his bank account.
Yeah. Um, it's just sad. It's just sad. Okay, so the how do I say this delicately? The horny Coomer market is very big on the internet, okay?
Mhm.
And it's
Is that a
sad,
shocker?
and there's a lot of like reasons why that is. But I've always been of the opinion that like uh, uh,
Yeah.
why are you paying for this? There is lots of content out there
Yeah.
can be achieved freely. Just don't pay for it.
Just free content, guys.
What if you really
Yeah.
like this one
Anyways.
person? I don't know.
All right, let's
One
get out of
person's
this
not
realm.
real. No one's real.
Let's get out of this realm,
Anyways.
Yeah.
guys.
What other things do? Oh, okay. Let's talk about tech bros, like the people who are like,
Tech bros.
oh my God, Elon Musk released the new thing,
Oh yeah,
AI
it was
something,
Giannis when he
something.
was a bit younger.
Those people.
And
What?
this was like,
Wow,
guys,
Victor just outed you.
cool rocket. That was you,
What?
Giannis. Cool rocket ship.
You've just been
Elon
outed by
Musk.
Victor, Giannis. I'm afraid.
Elon Musk reference. Guys, hello.
Huh? I don't know what you're talking about.
What do you mean you don't know what you're talking about? My guy's being
Okay.
What?
Elon
Explain.
Musk, dog. Of course you know who Elon Musk is.
Yeah, what about him?
Spaceships and all. You're like, let's go to Mars.
Yeah, what about it?
You're very into it. Back
I
in the
was
day.
very into it, yeah.
Yeah. Don't tell me
Looks
what
like he's
about
very
it. You
into
know
this
what's about it.
Spanish AI.
AI, what?
Nothing. I didn't say
Yeah,
anything.
apparently he said that AI is a very dangerous thing.
Yeah, he
Okay.
did say that.
Well, that's good for him. He's been having.
I mean,
I
Elon
don't
Musk
want to
has-
dive too much
Elon
into
Musk
Elon
has
Musk, but
fallen
like
off.
Elon Musk has been having like a mental breakdown. Like
Elon-
he was
yeah.
at this like New York Times, book whatever thing, and he was talking about how like Twitter is gonna like go bankrupt because all the advertisers don't want to advertise because he was like saying this is the actual truth.
Maybe you
people who
shouldn't
are,
have
like,
fired
Jewish
every
people
single
are.
moderation.
Yeah, no, he's let the site be
And
run by
change-
Nazis, and then every now and,
and
then he like
change-
agrees with the Nazis, and then he's like, why do the advertisers not like me?
And then change the Twitter logo to X, and then also the name to X.
Oh God,
Great deal.
I
What's the
refuse to
obsession with
call
the
it
letter
X.
X?
I'm gonna call it Twitter. Screw Elon. I'm dead naming Twitter.
A lot of people still call it Twitter.
Yeah, I don't think anyone calls it
Yeah,
X.
no one calls it
Guys,
X.
let's X. I'm
Except
gonna
like
X ya.
Twitter employees who are afraid of getting
Like,
fired.
I'm gonna post a tweet. I'm gonna post an X.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like Twitter had like the best
the
thing
letter
ever
X.
because it had like inbuilt marketing because it's retweets. You tweet, you like it use
The
the
name
word.
makes
It can't
sense.
be like re-X and X and I'm gonna X you. What?
It sounds like you're making like a death threat.
Right.
Yeah.
It's yeah, Elon Musk, L plus ratio plus fell off.
For
Yeah.
real.
I mean, okay, to be honest, I'm not sure if he was ever on, but like now he's more visibly off because now he has to do
Yeah.
things
Yeah.
more publicly. Now he has to
I
actually
mean, he's
do
still
things.
going
for the company.
strong with SpaceX, though.
For now. Like he lives off of government,
Didn't
like
you say
Like,
2025?
government
he's
contracts.
launched his second biggest rocket in the world.
I will
So
say that Elon Musk is very smart in the sense that he embedded himself into sectors of the economy where he has a huge amount of influence, who basically strong-armed the U.S. government into giving him however
Oh,
much
guys, have you
money
seen
he
the
wants.
fake AI Elon Musk like ads that like try to like convince you to
Yes,
like
yes.
subscribing to
yeah.
like
No.
to
I have
like
I
sent this
haven't
like
seen that.
video to like 6 other people, and it's like you are one of them, and then he's in some like meeting, and it's obviously fake, and he's
yeah,
talking
yeah,
about like how you're gonna get lots of money and a cool opportunity, and it's like not Elon.
yeah. It's totally
Is
not
the
Elon,
Oh,
video call one?
even though you can
Yeah,
clearly
yeah, the video
tell,
call. Yeah, yeah.
even though you can clearly
I've
tell it's a
seen
deep
that.
fake. That's just like it's so funny, and there's so many of them, and they still go on. I remember that one YouTuber I watched, he got banned, and then no, he didn't get banned. He got hacked, and Elon Musk was like put on the video for like a whole day or something, or like a week, because then he got unbanned later on.
Oh.
It's quite funny, but
This
yeah,
is what Elon Musk looks like. Right? He's aged like a million years. Like, look, he looks like an angry older woman. He,
he's
Also,
changed.
he's wearing like a very interesting clothing setup there. He's like a biker gang member.
Bika, Bika.
Anyways, not here to talk about Elon Musk.
No, we're not here to talk about Elon
Um,
Musk.
so yeah,
Uh,
but tech bros and like the people who are like so tech fetishistic, to them, I want to say, we're not gonna solve the world's problems by just having more better tech, because
we're
that's been
better.
happening for a while now, and the problems haven't gotten
Mhm.
any better. It's this weird thing that happened somewhere in like the 60s or 70s where we decided that societal progress just isn't gonna happen anymore. So instead, we're all gonna put our like hitch our wagon to the idea that technology will just save us. Instead of like trying to better our societies, get rid of corruption, help people get out of poverty, we're just gonna all have new technology that's gonna help everyone solve everything. Oh, it'll be computers because now everyone can study. Oh, it'll be smartphones. Oh, it'll be this. Oh, it'll be that. Oh, Bitcoin is gonna get everyone out of poverty or whatever the crypto idiots believe. Like they've seen that change is difficult on a societal and political level. And instead of saying, okay, well, I guess we gotta roll up our sleeves and get to work, they've said, nah, nothing's changed in my lifetime, so it's never gonna change. So we just need to look for like different ways to get solutions. But fundamentally, technology is always about making things more efficient. It makes things better. Before smartphones, you could talk over, I don't know, TV and radio. Like there was ways to communicate, and then before that, you had like the guy with the horse and the letter that he was gonna give you.
Yeah,
And it gets better, but it doesn't fundamentally change.
like the main idea doesn't change. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, yeah, you need fundamental change needs to be a social one. Technology just makes things more,
Easier.
just
Yes,
more and more.
more of
Mhm.
it.
Having
More.
better technology won't solve the root of the problem, would it?
No,
Yeah, yeah, I mean, it's true. It's been true for ages. It's like hunger. Technologically speaking, we have solved
Mm.
global hunger. We have refrigerated trucks. We have reliable, good roads. We have farming methods that work basically everywhere. But we still have millions of people starving.
yeah,
It's
Mhm.
not because we don't have the technology. That's not the thing that we need.
we need
But
just
I don't know.
more ways to get to them.
It just, yeah, it needs to be distributed to the people who really need them.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
the thing is
speak
that
like I
selling
know. So
technology is
horrible.
easier in the sense that like you can okay, you know what? This is another thing. And this goes out to the people who are like, "Yo, I got the new uh RX 60 million graphics card, so good, so good." Every single time that you get a new graphics card to play the new cool game that's so cool and epic and so good, that game will run and look the exact same as they did like 20 years ago, okay? They're not looking any better nowadays. They all look crap. They all are so inefficient they don't like compress files anymore at all because they want their things to be like these massive games, so many gigabytes, so much processing power needed, not because they have to be, not because it makes the game any better, but because they're working with the companies that are selling you those chips. One day, we are going to have graphics cards that can run simulated universes, okay? Like you can have a multiverse in there, and it won't be enough. And you'll have to buy a new one anyways for some crappy like GTA 5, but it'll be a smaller map and it'll somehow look worse.
GTA 6 hasn't still come out.
Yeah, you are all being conned by these people like Starfield that just came out from Bethesda. You really think it looks better than games did like 10 years ago? Games are getting like they're starting to look worse. The art styles have sort of been thrown aside for this like fake realism, and they're not actually running any better.
Oh no,
Why are
Nicholas,
they so big? Why are they like
I do
wasting
like
so much
seeing my
resources?
pixels in high quality instead of like five polygons.
Yeah, but like that's the thing.
Honestly,
You're not gonna see. It's not actually any different. They're not getting different. We've
I
already
mean,
gone
they
past
they have
looking good.
changed. Maybe if you said like in the past like 5 3 years, not past 10 20 years, that has changed a lot.
honestly,
Well, sure, like then, but like from when, like I don't know what would be a good like benchmark game. Well, actually, I think for me, Battlefield. Battlefield 1 looked better than Battlefield 5.
Mm.
Okay, and so much of that came down to the art style. The weird blues and the different hues that they used in Battlefield 5 made it look so much worse. So even if it's like better pixel quality or whatever, there are other things than just how
yeah,
many pixels there are going to
yeah.
be on my
The thing is,
screen.
honestly, I feel like photorealism isn't really the thing you want to strive for in video games.
And strive
Yeah.
for that
Um,
like game art style. Like
yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
want to
have an art
strive
Even
for like a
style.
unique style.
if
And
you
also, I
Like,
feel like
skate,
like,
photorealism, we've already
sorry.
gone past photorealism. We've already done it. Like, there are games that you can take a screenshot at any point, and it looks like a picture, and it's beautiful, and they're like 10 years old.
yeah,
We've already
Mm,
done that. That's a thing we've already
10 years old,
accomplished.
but like a bit less.
They, they are going to start selling you games that look better than the human eye is able to perceive, okay? And they're gonna say that it's an improvement. This is a joke I used to tell as a kid, but I think it's true, and it was about televisions, where they're like, oh, 8K, 4K, whatever. Eventually, the TV is gonna get better than your eyes, and you're not gonna be able to tell the difference, but you're still gonna buy the new thing, because
A
you're gonna
billion
think that it's
K.
more better. And yeah, you won't be able to tell the difference at all.
Mhm.
But don't you want the new 2,566 quadrillion pixel big ass screen where it goes wah 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 and you get like epic stuff?
Take my money.
I feel like 4K is already like good, right? And
Mhm.
I was gonna say my computer does not run at 4K, okay? And I don't see too much of a difference. Maybe it's
Yeah, yeah,
just me,
I can't like really
but there's
tell the
not a
difference.
big difference. Like if you gave me a 1080p monitor and a 4K monitor, the differences aren't too
Yeah,
big,
yeah, yeah. That
right?
difference. I've
Mhm.
also realized when they're like in the YouTube, like if you're watching a really fancy YouTube with like really high, like quality, like it goes to like 2000 something,
Yeah,
2160.
Yeah, 1080p, it
2160.
basically maxes
Yeah,
out anyways.
it's like
Yeah.
I if I put it to 160 and 180, 1080, I don't see the difference. There may be a little bit better like frame rate or like more smooth or something, but other than that, I can't tell the difference.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
the
not really
difference
that. Hold on, let
really
me see if I can find.
after 1080p, there isn't really much of a difference.
Yeah, yeah,
Like if you compare like 720, what was 720p to 1080p, you can see a
yeah.
difference, right?
I've definitely like
You will see a
I've
difference.
definitely like gone from
Mhm.
720 to like
That
But
is
180,
at that point,
1080.
1080p has kind of turned
How
into
would you?
like it's high definition, right? And you can
Yeah,
just see it. It works. It's good quality. And,
as in
and
this
yet it's
video.
being outdated now for
Yeah,
like this 4K and soon to be 8K.
I mean, I don't get it.
Yeah, it's
I've
ridiculous.
looked at 4K, 8K
I,
televisions, and like to me, it's like, oh, what's the difference? Like,
And by the
let me
way,
I
just see.
I believe
this is
Nicholas
not
is.
AI.
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Go ahead,
Hey,
Tom.
Ghost, you wanted to say something?
Come on, both of you decide who's
No,
gonna
I'm
speak.
just sending some pictures in
Giannis, you can
Yeah,
go.
to
AI.
to kind of make
Well,
my point.
yeah. So they're just getting more and more expensive,
Not in
right?
that one, Nicholas.
And the
Episode 3.
They're
episode.
getting more and more expensive. These monitors, these TVs, and the quality is getting less and less noticeable.
Yeah, yeah. And they're
Right.
spending like
So at
billions.
Oh,
some
wait,
point, I
oopsie.
think it's just not worth it. Um,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
Like
I
Nicholas'
think maybe
example was
past
a bit
14,
extreme from like 10 years, 20 years. I think.
not 10,
Yeah.
5,
Like
3, I
yeah,
don't
it's like
know.
5-3. Oh, Nicholas left.
Oh,
Oh, what? Nicholas on his way because
Oh no.
let's keep going for a little bit.
yeah, let's keep going. Maybe. Oh,
Back
he's
on
back.
track.
Hello, hello, Nicholas. What happened?
I was going through my things and yeah,
Did you
I
get
did an oopsie.
Did you get angry because I insulted your criticism, your
Oh no,
example?
I was like trying to close different windows and I accidentally closed the one on the furthest left, which was my Discord. Yeah,
Oh.
it like made me leave. That
Yes.
wasn't what I meant to do.
Stop lying, Nicholas. You just got insulted. You're like, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I rage
leave.
quit. Okay,
Okay.
I've sent a Battlefield 1 versus Battlefield 5. Like Battlefield 5, the bottom one is newer. You just compare the pictures for a second.
It,
Oh damn, that is a big
the
difference.
colors look
Wow.
better in Battlefield 1.
So that
They
the
look
top
more
ones.
Yeah,
dramatic.
that's like
They look
Battlefield
It's
1
more
was when was it
cinematic.
released?
Battlefield One
Is
from
it
a long time ago.
2016?
Battlefield 1 released 2016, yeah. So that would be like, well, that's almost what, 7 years ago now?
Yeah,
Oh
7 years
my
ago.
god,
No.
So like, yeah, like think about, and then it's like that was made after. It doesn't really look that much better, and it's like
no.
maybe that's a bad picture. Maybe this first one is like a good picture, and the second one's a bad picture, and like if you put them all together, maybe Battlefield 5 looks slightly better. But let's be honest here. If Battlefield 1 looks roughly like that all the time, do you need it to get any better? Does it actually need to
It's
look better than
Maybe if
that?
they just changed
Like
the art style, like on Battlefield
it
5.
feels like playing a movie.
yeah, like it's already good enough for me. Like, why do I need this to be
Better.
different things? Because like in a game like Battlefield, to me it makes sense to go for photorealism because the
Yeah.
point of it is sort of that like real war experience, the brutality and the like the fighting. If you're like doing Mario, right? It's
Mario.
supposed to be cartoony. It's supposed to be kind of funny and jokey. So I think different styles fit different things. But I just don't. I don't think there's
Yeah, you can't
improvement
really have a
anymore. I think it's just
photorealism
changing.
Mario.
Yeah, it would just be a bit weird, and it would also, uh,
You see
by
a guy wearing
being
a
more
fursuit.
cartoonish, yeah, by being more cartoonish, you get away with being less realistic. Because if it's a photorealistic Mario, then things like him jumping to break a brick that's floating in
Does
the air doesn't make any sense anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense anymore. How can this happen? It's impossible.
Yeah, the
it's scary
the
to
level of
imagine a
art
realistic
style.
Mario.
Yeah, the level of art style is like a way to kind of tell the viewer how seriously they should take the things that are
Hmm.
happening. Um, but yeah, so this is just a more general like for people who are all so obsessed with like technology over the art itself, which I definitely like is a part for
Yeah,
AI art as well,
and
is that
AR.
like it's not just about like the pixels and the like it's like the coloring, the lighting,
Yeah.
the all those things. Also, why do movies all have like this really bad color grading nowadays?
What?
Like, hold on,
I don't know about
hold
that.
on. If we look at like the Iron Man movie, uh, from 2008, the Iron Man, like the first one,
The first one. Yeah, I
the
Hmm?
watched that one.
pictures, like let's see like the picture of it. I'll just send it in. Um, like this is one of the like advertising images, right? Look at
Dun,
those reds.
dun,
Look at those vibrant
dun.
reds and blues.
Yeah,
Um,
they're pretty
compare
vibrant.
it to like compare it to
Me.
uh
Okay.
to where's like let's say Avengers Endgame poster or what is this one? What's the recent one? Let's see.
That
Morbius.
Uh,
Morbius. Who doesn't love Morbius?
okay, Ant-Man and the whatever. This is
And
one of the
the
Ant-Man ones. I'll just put it in
Contanium
here.
people. Quantum mechanics.
Look at that red. It doesn't feel this. I'm not getting the same readiness from that. I don't. It's just like the color grading in movies has all become a bit more gray and like
I feel
sad and
like
like
this is a personal
uncolorful.
skill issue that you have, Nicholas.
Um,
Because I
there
do
was
not,
do you guys
do
know the
not get this
Napoleon
appeal.
movie?
Yeah,
Um,
there's nothing you can
that
do.
that sucks and is horrible. Um, there is a like tweet. I don't know if I can find it right now, but it's like a picture that they took when they were filming the movie, just a picture that they took that looks better than the actual movie version
No.
because it's so like they like blanched out all the color from like Napoleon's uniform, all the like yellow and red is so like unbright because I don't know, everything has to be gray and sad for some reason.
It's
I'm
war
not sure if
Because
I
it's
can.
in winter.
Warren, dog. We beat Warren.
War.
Napoleon color. No, it was like
Warren
him
Border
walking around in
changes.
Paris, and it's like there's like a wall behind him. Comparison maybe. Let's see. But like it's a weird trend nowadays to
And
hold on. I think this one might be one of those.
Nicholas, that
No.
and picture is very low quality. Please increase the quality to 4K HD. Or my eyes can't see this. This is really bad. Like
You
this.
can talk about things
And we
amongst
went
yourself while
from
I
This
try
needs
to
to.
find it.
Oh yeah,
we went from like
I wanted.
AI
Oh,
art to
speak.
like movies.
Oh yeah, speaking of AI art, I feel like that shit's been going crazy recently, especially with like, if you, for example, you're making a game, right? You're doing all that
Hmm.
fancy programming shit, and you're like really shit at art, and you're like, oh, what they do
Mm-hmm.
now? Let's just make
AR.
art
No.
from AI, and then you make the whole game AI
Yeah.
art. Is that
Hey,
technically
Hmm.
yours? Did you make it?
you
Is it
have
is it your property, or is
hey,
it like, what's the legal situation here? Because
Will it
technically
belong to
it's
the
not yours.
AI art generator?
Yeah,
I don't
yeah, I
know.
don't think it's yours.
and also it's kind
Does
of, it doesn't
Oh,
really
and by
work.
the way,
Yeah, go ahead.
AI gets all their images without like the process. You need to
Also,
train the AI, right?
yeah, they need to take images from other
They don't
images.
have permission
Yeah,
to
uh-huh.
so
get
it's
those
So
actually
images.
it's from those
I'm
people.
pretty sure they got like a billions of pictures
Yeah, yeah,
without
permission.
permission
Yeah,
in order
Mhm.
to make these things.
yeah. So
And
basically,
it's
it's
crazy.
from these people that have made artworks beforehand,
Okay.
and they just took it, ate it up, and like came out with something,
And
and like
ruined the
shat
finger.
out like some other new thing.
Now, obviously, these
Great,
are different
Nicholas.
pictures because I can't find the
All
exact
that
place.
time for fucking Napoleon.
No, compare this.
Oh,
Compare
okay.
these. Like,
Mhm.
that's what I mean. Look at that. The yellow is
Mhm.
completely drained in the bottom. Like, why? Why did you do that to this
I mean,
It's
picture?
because
winter.
one
It's
isn't
Obviously, they're
war.
different pictures.
one isn't lightness. He's
No,
in
but like
the
the
sun. The other
the
one's
thing
in
doesn't
like
change. He's out
darkness.
in the open. He's out in the open right now. He's out in this. No, this is nor. This
But
is
there's no
him in
sun.
like the middle of a field. It's because it's supposed to be movie, so everything has to be shades of gray. It's like Zack Snyder started this tradition of like, the whole Justice is Gray cut, where everything in the movie is gray, and then every movie producer was like, we have to make everything gray. Everything has to be sad and gray.
Well, Nicholas, you can
And like,
go
so
make your little coat with your like
this top shot, no, this
We
top
can
not
talk
shot
enough
of
about it
color.
like,
more in a breakfast video.
yeah, this top shot of Napoleon chilling, that's not in the movie. That's just a picture from where they were filming. This bottom, this is how
Mhm.
they show him for the whole movie, like this. His like colors are completely gone. This is how he looks like even when he's in light.
Bro, if Napoleon
Why?
doesn't say there's nothing you can do in the movie, I'm gonna be pissed. Gonna cry my
Anyways,
tears
that's
out.
just like my personal issue with like movie makers. They're just dumb. Um,
Professional movie maker Nicholas over here.
yeah,
By the
I
way,
should be hired.
Yeah, Giannis?
AI also help. You know how shorts and stuff and TikToks are popular these days?
Mm-hmm.
There's
Hmm.
so many videos that you can use AI to pump out
Yeah,
thousands
yeah,
of
yeah, yeah,
shorts
yeah. You know, like those fucking
every day
Like
onto
fucking
TikTok or YouTube
Minecraft
or
parkour
wherever.
videos. They put that in the background, and then they make like
Yeah,
AI generated text with AI generated voice or like the robot voice,
Yeah,
and then they make billions of videos and they get billions of views and then they fucking win
yeah,
life.
At that point, one view of video is still very good because you're making thousands of videos,
And yeah,
and in
because
total, yeah.
and you're barely putting effort. You've made a program that auto makes that goes through like every Reddit post, every Reddit forum in the world, and like makes a video about it with like GTA
Some of them are real
parkour.
though.
Yeah, some of them
Some
are
of them
real.
are real.
Most of them are fake.
Yes.
Which is like
Yeah.
good on them. They like found a way to cheat the system.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of videos on YouTube on how to do that exactly.
Yeah,
So it's not like something special anymore.
guys, let's just quit podcasting and let's go make Mula games.
Subway
Mobile
Surfers.
games. Fair.
Yeah, let's just put Subway Surfer in the background and we just go through every Reddit post ever.
Yes. Surrounding every video, we just have Subway Surfers and Minecraft parkour.
Family Guy. We have like 8 videos playing at once. Really great. But it's pretty impressive how like AI art and the fucking like images just have progressed over like time. I remember when it, like the first time you can generate AI. Like I remember Jacksepticeye made a video on it. Like some other people made videos on it on like how to
Jacksepticeye sponsor us.
uh oh I wish. Oh yeah, congrats on the tank miss. Anyways, um yeah, I remember it was like very basic and you couldn't do much with it. It was like very you could easily tell it was like it's AI art. But now it's it's developed so much to the point that like it's impossible to tell.
Yeah.
Nicholas, have you gone quiet for a reason?
I'm just. Anyways, um, I I think that the one thing about AI art that I've seen, and this is like how I can usually tell, usually when I get like the spidey sense tingling, um, of like, is this AI art? For me, it's always they can't do human faces very well.
And they can't do shadows
Or
well
things
either.
or hands.
Shadows,
And
There's
hands,
there's
yes.
yeah,
something about like
hands.
I don't know because I'm not an artist. I don't know how to like describe, but like that kind of fake softness where everything's a bit sort of like unclear in the
Nicholas, stop
background or on
lying.
the face
We all know
that
you're
they
an
do.
artist. You make the best
Yeah,
houses on hills with that
accomplished
one
artist.
tree.
Yeah. Like I don't do you guys know what I mean? Like it's sort of
Yeah,
like that like almost like an artistic vagueness where they haven't really filled anything in, but they sort of make it look like there's stuff there and it's not really like a
Mm.
human face. It's sort of like it's bland and blank. You know, humans have wrinkles, there's lines, there's stuff going on there that just is not present in that AI art.
yeah, I know what you mean. It's like, but now
It's
it's
like when
gotten
it's unsure where
yeah,
to put in the empty space.
yeah,
What to
that's
put in
true.
the empty
But
space.
now
It
it's
just
gotten
blurs
Yeah,
it
so it
out.
just kind of leaves.
it's gotten to the point where it's like pretty good now. Like compared to this like AI influencer, like
But yeah, I don't
Definitely.
like
Yeah.
it's pretty hard to
I don't
tell.
like the idea of making distinctions between AI art and other art through the use of like, oh, it looks different. Because the thing is, frankly, AI art will eventually look, whatever we consider perfect, it will eventually achieve that, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
So the point there, we shouldn't, that's not the distinction you should be making, because then eventually you're just gonna have to accept that AI art is perfect or whatever. But no, you should make the distinction of AI art. I actually don't mind it all the time. I want to make this very clear. Like if you're I don't know, you're like a comedy show and you make like a joke and you want to have like a like some sort of visual representation of that joke. Your joke was like, oh, Joe Biden riding like a really cool like biker gang with a biker gang, and then you have some AI art make that for you because you don't want to like pay like tons of artists and see which one makes the best one. That's fine. I don't really care because the point of that isn't really the art. The point of that is more just like visual representation of a thing.
Mm.
but yeah,
So in
Okay.
that way, I don't really
And
mind.
but if you're like on Twitter, for example, and you're like, I make commissions of art. Whoever asks me for any art, or like commission thing, and like you just make an
Just
AI art.
AI art.
You don't even like draw anything. then I feel like it's
Mm.
very unfair. And
People would find out.
yeah,
People will
well,
find
you'll
out.
find out. But if you do like 50 AI generation machines, you like put it through 50 AI generation machines. It's pretty hard to tell. And
Well,
if
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
you just make money off of like not doing work, I feel like it's
By
not
the way,
fair.
another argument with AI art is I've heard this from an artist. Victor will know.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
I know which one.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
the
yeah. Go on.
the feeling, the point you want to convey in your artwork. That's completely absent in AI art, right?
Mm.
Because it's not a person. There's not something they want to show or tell
There's
the
just
person
they
who
just
sees the
you've
art.
given a
There's no
prompt to the
feeling
AI,
that's
and
conveyed.
that's what's given out.
It's just gonna
You
give
are
you
absent from the
an
artwork.
image. What?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
there's not a real frame of reference. Now to some people this might sound a bit and this would have probably been me
I
like a few
mean,
years ago,
technically,
a bit
there's
haughty
billions of
and
frames of references.
irrelevant. Like who cares? It's art, and if you think it looks nice, it looks nice. Which okay, fair enough. But the point here is you. How do you phrase this? You
Habahiba.
you imagine you had like cars, right? We have like cars that normal people drive that are just utilities. But then there are like cars that are seen not even for driving, just because they're beautiful. There's something
Mhm.
about them, history, the pedigree, the design, aesthetic that is seen as beautiful, and that's what art is usually supposed to be. Again, because basically everything is art. Sometimes it is more just a utility. Sometimes you don't need that like beauty in there. But we shouldn't condition ourselves into expecting art to simply be like a drawing. There should be something there, and that's what we should be looking at in the art.
Hmm.
The feelings that we're getting out of it. And when people hear art, they think, oh, paintings. And if you don't really care about paintings or pictures or whatever, which, that's probably my camp, think about what you do care about. Do you care about stories? Do you care? Maybe you don't care about
Music.
paintings in some gallery, but what about in your video games? What
Yeah.
about in your YouTube videos? You
Long
probably
path
do
broadcast
care.
artwork.
Exactly. What if we had our stuff be AI generated?
Yeah.
Ugh.
All we'll be like crying from
It would
sadness.
lose, it would
No.
immediately lose that personal touch. So
Hmm.
all of those things are still art. And when you let AI generated stuff get into one part of art, even if it's a part that you don't really care about, it's going to eventually come back to your side anyways. If you don't care about visual arts at all,
It's
how
pretty hard not to
long
give
before
a
the
shit about
AI
not give a shit about any art at all ever.
blind people?
I guess.
But yeah, yeah,
But even
yeah. If
that,
you don't care about like visual art, but like then it's like, okay, what about storytelling?
Braille.
Let's say you don't care what your video game really looks like as long as you can tell what's happening. But what about the story? Surely you care about some part of that. Surely there is
AI
something that.
written.
Otherwise, why are you playing it? Yeah, literally though, like how long before Disney movies are going to be written by some AI in a boardroom,
I
and then
mean, it's
the
probably
executives
not
are going to
that
be like, "Rah,
long.
rah, rah, rah."
I bet probably like
How do we know that it isn't happening? How do we know that it isn't happening
mental
currently?
existential crisis. Ah! It could be happening right now. It could be any of us. You could be
Oh,
AI generated.
Yeah.
oh no.
So like, being against AI art is more about preserving what is good and important in all art, rather than simply hating a tool, because
Yeah.
there's such damage that this thing can do. In The point of art is that it's supposed to be labor that you enjoy and that is appreciated. So the automation of art
It's kind of it loses
is
that
the problem.
the whole like kind of you can define not really define, but you can like put a like a very broad definition of visual arts is like it's something that you a person puts human touch or fucking emotion. Like they convey a feeling
Yeah.
through our artwork, and
And
that is
there is a reason why
hard work and
people say that like money kind of kills art because then instead of you being like a
passionate about it.
an ambitious and passionate like game developer who wants to write like the best story possible for his game, you just become another employee
Yeah,
and you just have a deadline
and you don't have
and you're
an
just a
emotion. Yeah,
designer
you can
guy.
you like skip
Yeah,
like
you don't have the same emotional attachment, especially if you're like in a big studio. You know, they throw you around from game to game. And you don't get to have that attachment to that game and to those characters. And if you do, you learn to get rid of it because it ends up hurting you.
yeah, and it takes too long. And then you're being screamed at like from the
Yeah.
managers like, "Well, go faster! What are you doing?"
Which explains why there are so many people who we consider to be artists who are so willing to grab at this because to them, all the art and joy has been squashed out. It's been killed,
Eaten.
and there's nothing there except a job. But that isn't what art's supposed to be. It shouldn't be that.
Yeah, I agree. Full sense in my brain. It
Well,
shouldn't
these
be.
are heavy topics.
I mean, AI in general. Did you guys think AI will take over the world at one point?
Well, take over the world is a really like. Do you mean like the what's it called? Terminator, like Skynet,
Yeah,
some type of way, or
dodum
Skynet.
like
dodum. Do you know that there's actual like AI speaking robots, right? Like
yeah, yeah.
With
they
the
I don't know what they're called, but I'm pretty sure they can like react and answer to like questions people do in real life. Like it's almost like it's like voice recording on your phone, but it's like a little like doll robot that moves around and like
Okay, my
responds.
opinion is that we've opened a Pandora's box of things that we would be better off never having had discovered. But frankly,
Yeah,
now that it's here, we need to deal with it. Government regulation and like control of the AI, crypto, whatever like technology
yeah. There
markets, all
should.
these new tech that are coming out. There should be more regulation, and even like many of the industries have been asking like, give us frameworks in which to work so that we know kind of what is or isn't allowed in our industry.
Mm, yeah.
And that's I think it's really important. But also for the whole like, is Skynet gonna happen thing, just write a line of code in there that says like do no nos, and
Do no
that's
no
it.
nos
Yeah,
because
no
it's only
nos for
one
you.
line of code. Yeah, that totally
I mean, no,
works.
but that's the thing. I guess it's like
Just ask the AI
the
to
problem
write the
with that
code.
idea. The problem with that idea is then like, what if the AI learns to rewrite its own code? But then that's
Then
like,
Unplug it,
then
unplug it, unplug it.
yeah,
then
yeah,
it will be
kill it immediately, kill it with fire.
yeah. Then it's just done. They've won the system. They've won the
No,
game.
no, no, unplug it.
Yeah,
You're
Too
done.
late. It's
yeah, kill it.
unpluggable.
Yeah, you.
What do you
We
mean?
need to make sure
That's the first update.
that like there needs to always be like a very analog like kill switch. It's like one of those like Rube Goldberg machines or like something from like the Looney Tunes, like a really big dynamite barrel, and you like light a fire, and then it goes to like all the AI and they all blow up, so that like there's no internet connection, nothing that can interfere with
It's
it.
gone into the cloud. It's done for. It's done. GG. Game
Yeah.
over.
But yeah,
Well,
it's
but
like
imagine though,
actually
if
though.
if the AI goes into the cloud and it can create its own code, then it's done because we can't turn off the internet.
No, turn off the internet.
We need
No,
like
kill everything.
we need like people from like the
We need
United
to
States with like
Look,
purge.
keys.
at some point, if it gets out of hand, you might just have to pull the plug for a
But
little
what
bit.
if it's too late? What if they already like are making like robots to put their like kind of sentient mind at that
You would
point
probably
into?
Yeah, that's
unplug
the
it
problem.
before they can
What
do
if
that. You
What
would
if
What if?
probably
Yeah, no,
unplug
this
it
is the problem.
before they can do that.
What if there's like a military project where they want to like make some super indestructible like AI soldier guy, and then it runs off, and then because
they,
there's idiots all around the world, right? What if it like uses its skills of like social influencing? Maybe it's like a spy robot or something, and it recruits people to help get some hard drives where it can just put itself in so that it's saved in case this one gets destroyed, and then it starts to like spread around. What do you do? You need to like find all of these places where it's physically stored.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
telling you,
That's the plot of a movie.
it's almost impossible to stop it. If it's gone into the cloud and it's moving around, it's done. GG.
No,
You might
you
as
need to
well
like pull the plug on everything and have the military just check everyone's hard drive. Like
bomb the
everyone,
United
you break
States.
everything.
You could probably do
That's
that.
the plot
You
of
could
the
probably
next
check anybody's
Terminator.
computer.
take out
Just
the
install
take
malware
out
on
thousands
everyone's
of nuclear bombs and
computer.
explode it on the
Yeah.
United States. It's a
It
worthy
would be like
sacrifice.
literally our version of like smallpox. You know, like we would have like an international effort to get rid of it.
I
Just
feel like
goddamn AI.
I
Look,
could,
as long as AI doesn't get into military systems.
I could have. No, it's gonna get into if it's in the cloud.
It's probably already
Yeah.
in there. I mean, like, do you guys know?
No, but like
There
it's
was a time.
quote unquote sentient
Yeah, Nicholas.
So
version
like
that wants to
the
destroy the world.
things that they keep from us. Like there was a time when Trump, he got given like some picture from a satellite that was like the satellite type was made in the 80s. This specific satellite was launched in like 2015, but like the type of satellite that it is was made in the
Yeah.
80s. And it had like a high-res picture where you could see like writing on the walls of some tiny military base. And it was like he was told, so he asked, "Can I have this picture on my phone?"
Hmm.
And then some White House aide was like, "Okay, but please don't like leak it to anyone, right?"
Yeah.
And then he immediately put it on Twitter.
Oh my god.
And 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 it was like groundbreaking the fact that US spy satellites had that good resolution from space or like low orbit. And this thing was made in the 80s.
80s.
Uh,
So they could
So
technically,
like
and like
what do you think
in
they're
Area
hiding
51, they
from
could
us?
just have like, they have an robot
Like
army.
for all we know, okay, they have cameras that can from space see dust on your shoulder, and that's it. So like, you know,
I'm
and
inside your
of course,
walls.
when the whole Titanic the submersible thing happened, the U.S.
Submersible.
Navy knew, yeah, the little submersible that blew up,
Oh, it's Seagate.
the thing that where all the rich people went on with the
Yeah,
PlayStation 4
Seagate,
controller,
Seagate.
and then they all died.
They were inside
Yeah,
like a little tube.
And the like
yeah, so the U.S.
controller. They
Navy
had a controller to control the whole
knew
fucking
they were
ship.
Yeah.
dead. The U.S. Navy knew they were all dead the second it happened because they have sonar that can detect like little explosions and implosions under the water, but they didn't say anything because they didn't want other countries to know they had the technology.
Mm.
wow.
So
Wow.
what do you think they have that we don't know about? All that US money that goes into the military, it goes somewhere, okay?
Nah,
It
it
doesn't just
just
get
goes
eaten up
into
by
like
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden has a big ass like stomach. Just like eats
Yeah,
all
nom 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 nom.
nom 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 money money money.
So like that money is being used for something, and that something is probably a lot more advanced than what's available on the civilian
Yeah,
market.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Well, no doubt about it.
Definitely.
Like that would be like one reason to go into like the fucking American politician, like those things, become the president. Just
Declassify everything.
yeah, just to find
Mm.
out what's
It's so
in the
interesting.
Yeah,
back.
I want to make this very clear because there's probably like a couple of conspiracy theorists listening, like, "Oh my God, they know, they understand." No, shut up. There are no aliens at Area 51. Stop
Guys,
with the crazy
wait, what
nonsense.
year was it that we rated Area 51?
They raided Area
It was
51.
a
We rated.
we
When
September 20th something. It was 2019,
Area
2018. I don't know.
Mm.
it was wait, I
2019, yeah.
found 2020 September 20th of
Oh,
2019.
2019. Okay, yeah, I was right. Yeah,
Yeah.
September 20th of 2019. Yeah, that was
Oh
fine.
yeah,
And then
that.
no one went in. Everyone just like kind of
Yeah, no one.
looked
Because
around.
they would have been shot.
They
Yeah,
were
they
just
would have been dead.
outside.
It's fucking stupid.
Like,
things.
okay, if there is secret alien technology, what do you think they're gonna do to keep you out?
Oh, apparently it was
Since
purely
it's US
comedic.
military.
Oh, what did you say?
Apparently the point of the raid was purely comedic. There was no actual intention
Nah,
of
that was real
hurting.
intentions, dog. Totally. I was there.
That's what they say after doing like January 6th, and they're like, "Oh, it was just a joke, guys. It was just a funny." No, no, no. We didn't actually think it was gonna like. No, no, no. Of course not. That was just a funny haha. Nah, nah. There was people who were crazy and thought they were gonna get in, but then like no one
Yeah,
else
probably.
ran with
What
them, and
was
they're
the
like,
like?
"Okay, I'm gonna die."
What was the first iteration of AI? Like, well,
Um,
what could it be?
Uh-huh.
Maybe.
the
Uh,
human brain.
No, but is that
do you think it might have been recommender systems?
recommender systems?
System, yeah, algorithms used
Yeah,
in social media
I
I mean,
guess.
if we count like learning algorithms as like a form of AI, then whatever
Well,
like was the first
well, AI doesn't exist. We've
semi-developed.
said this before.
No, but
So
like
machine
Yeah,
learning
yeah.
is
I mean,
basically
machine
what we're
learning
talking
AI.
about.
That's what we're talking
Machine
about.
learning.
yeah, like if we talk about like machine learning, then whatever was the first like relatively developed machine learning thing, I guess,
Right.
is
Kind
like
of
that would
thing.
be the first. I just don't like the fact that people misuse the word AI. It's a bit
Yeah, I
like
mean,
it's cool
yeah,
for the marketing, but it's not
guys,
true.
we have developed true AI. No, we haven't yet.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen,
No, we
but
haven't even.
like
Oh, in
No, no. The problem is that we
1952,
wouldn't know when we do it.
1952, the first like
yeah,
machine learning.
Arthur Samuel created the Samuel's checker playing program. It played checkers.
Oh damn!
The
Okay, that's
world's
advanced.
first self-learning program to play games.
No
Damn.
way.
So it learned to get better at checkers.
Yeah,
And in
Okay, that's pretty cool.
1952, that's
52.
like
1952.
damn. That's like
That's so cool.
70 years ago.
Fascinating.
Hmm.
How long have we been talking? I feel like we've been going on for a
Oh, it's
while.
been about an hour and 20 minutes. I think we should
Damn,
start
yeah, we
wrapping
should
up.
probably start wrapping up. Yeah,
We're
I
wrapping.
think
Oh,
so.
Alan Turing was the guy who came up with the concept.
Yeah, I know that one.
Yeah,
He
computer.
Hmm.
published Computing Machinery and Intelligence, which introduced the Turing test and opened the door to what would be known as AI.
You know, like back in the day, computer stuff used to be like a woman thing, like
Yeah,
software
I
and
know.
like computer
It
things.
was pretty sure it
Hmm.
was a woman who came up with like the first computer, or it was with a guy as well
Yeah, like so,
along
like
those lines.
they. It's then only when like it became like an important, well-paying field that the men were like, "Oh, ladies, let us handle it," and then they drove out all the women, and now it's all
Yeah,
like these
no, it
neckbeard
was
guys.
George Babbage, a woman. There you go. Ada
Yeah,
Lovelace.
it's because I mean, because a lot of work on it happened during the Second World War, and then of course the men are mostly out fighting, but also just because like typing and like all of that sort of office work was more and more a woman thing, so the men were like, "Oh, let the women do that."
Yeah, Ada Lovelace was the first computer programmer in the world. Oh wait,
Um,
1815. What the hell?
What?
huh?
19 what?
1815.
What?
Born or like died or lived?
Born.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
yeah. So,
Oh no, I don't know. Maybe
who
I'm
did she
looking at the.
program? What the fuck?
I'm looking at the wrong person. I think I don't know. 50 years. I think she did some shit. Movement in I don't know. Woman. Ada Lovelace. In the 1840s, she invented the first programmable computing machine.
That's a long time ago.
That
By the
is a
way,
long
this is
time.
an image for people who interpret AI. This is kind of how this fields work.
Yeah.
Yeah, like deep learning, machine learning, artificial intelligence. Yeah,
So artificial intelligence is just like the whole concept,
yeah,
and then yeah,
Yeah, it's really like broad, but then it's like it doesn't mean what people think it like the thing that people think artificial intelligence is not a thing that we have. It does not, we don't have that thing. But like
oh yeah, the
technically
first.
speaking, all these things fall under artificial intelligence, but like that's not how people think about artificial intelligence. So it's like it's really complicated because there's the correct definition in which technically we do have artificial intelligence, but then the way that people talk about artificial intelligence and the way that they think about it as like these sentient things is not something we have. So
Yeah.
whatever. People are dumb.
So yeah, Victor was right. They Ada Lovelace published an algorithm to
yeah.
calculate a series of
Wait, she's the daughter of Lord Byron? What?
Bernoulli numbers. What is a Bernoulli
Who is
number?
Lord Byron?
A famous poet, apparently.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Very,
Yes.
very.
He's a mathematician.
Yeah,
They still call her
mathematician.
a mathematician though.
Ada Lovelace. Yeah, damn. Props to her.
Yeah.
1840.
Respect.
She was already doing crazy. 1848. Yeah, she made the second project analytical engine into English. Oh, she
Yeah, we
translated
need to
French
bring
articles into English with an analytical engine. Damn.
Damn.
that's actually
I
really
had
That
cool.
sounds
to.
She
so
had like an actual
cool.
translator. Damn. Yeah, we need to like get women back into programming so that we stop having all these like tech bro incels who never see women in their lives. Just
Tech
look at
girls,
computers all the time.
tech gals.
Yeah, we
Yep,
need the
tag
tech
that.
Texas.
Texas.
Anyways, I think we've come to
Rambled.
the end of this.
Yeah, I think we've went
This has
down
been
a very deep rabbit hole, but a pretty
yeah.
good one.
We've done deep learning
All
in the
right,
rabbit's
Nicholas,
holes.
wrap it up for the bad boys.
Get it, get it, get it.
Well, we have gone through quite a lot. Actually, this is actually like really good. We started with poetry. We're ending with the daughter of a poet. Um,
Yeah,
we
It is.
make it us full
It's like
circle.
poetry. It rhymes.
yeah, this is not meant to work, but it did work, and I think that's proof that God
AI is
smiles
taking
down upon
over.
this podcast. Yeah,
Uh,
we are actually all AI.
this is an AI generated podcast.
It
That would
has
be
been a
really
pleasure.
concerning if it was.
That's the
Yeah,
plot
that would
twist
be
of
really,
the
really cool.
video.
Guys, we actually made a AI
And then
robot.
like the end of it is us sitting down to start, and then there's like a robot sound, like no need. We have already completed the task.
And then like we do like the 1, 2, 3, and then we become like normal again, like 1, 2, 3. Hello guys, welcome to the first episode
Anyways,
of Prolog Bad Podcast. Anyway, yeah.
yeah. Anyways, too much of a through the looking glass for the viewers here. They don't need to hear us planning the next hit movie behind the facade of Prolonged Fast Podcast. Um, this has been a interesting discussion. We've gone
Really?
through modern how do we put this? Modern thirst culture. Um, we've talked about Elon Musk and
Elon
his
Musk, yeah.
interesting, like,
Elon Musk.
50-year-old butch lesbian outfit that he's wearing.
We've
Um,
also talked
we
about
we
the
talked about
doll
like
people.
art styles. Yeah, dolls. We've
How
gone over some art styles, some movies.
we went down a few rabbit holes, and now we went back to the very beginning, to the
Yes.
1840s.
Yeah.
But it's
To women programming in the 1840s, where it all started.
all started there. It's a pretty good place.
Yeah.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
Awesome,
Yeah.
bro.
Okay, let's end with Elon Musk. Thank you all for
Thank
watching.
you for watching.
See you next time.
See you later in the next
See you
AI generated
later.
episode.
Bye
Bye
Yeah.
bye.
bye.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
I'm
for
waving at the
listening.
screen. I don't know
Bye
why.
bye. Wah!